Alright, everybody, welcome to another edition of the daily HTML video. Today, I want to teach us something very important, which is HTML tables. HTML table is very important because most websites are designed in tables, but the table borders are usually printed, so we don't see that they are in tables. But the contents are usually arranged in tables for better organization. So today I want to teach us HTML tables, and I'll be working on the same HTML document which I've been using before, which is my project.html. So I open with Visual Studio Code. Alright, so it has opened. Now I want to start afresh from beginning so that we can understand fully. I want to start the document afresh. So now to start HTML table, you just start the normal way you have been doing your HTML document. You open HTML, right? You open head, right? After the head, you have the title inside the head. Then the title can be, let's say, table.com or table.home, or the table.com, anyone you choose, table dot whatever. You can write it to be anything. Okay, let me put my table example. Now after the head, you come down and close body as and open body as usual. Open body as usual. Then in the body you put whatever thing you like. Now today what we want to put in our body is table. So how do you start table? You start table by writing table itself. Table. So now this is table. After table, what is the next thing? Now because I'm using a text editor, it's always open and close for you. So we open table and it has closed table for us. So inside the open and closing table, so what do we have? Inside the open and closing table, what do we have? That is where we have the tr. Now the tr is what begins every table. The tr is what begins every table content. Now you can see I open tr and I close tr inside the table, right? Now so after that, what do we write? We write th, that is table heading, let's say name. After that, I have another table heading, let's say I have class, right? Let's say after the table heading I have another table heading and I have age, right? So tr, th and close tr. Now let me explain. The first thing to do when you're opening table is to open table itself. Then after you open the table, you open tr. Then inside the tr you have th and close th, right? You have another th, close another th, another th, close another th. The th stands for the table heading, that is the heading of the table, right? Let me save this and see. But note that the first thing to do after you've opened your table is to open tr. After the tr, you have the first table heading, the second table heading, the third table heading, for as many table heading that you have. Then at the end you close tr. Now let's save it and see. We've saved it, so let's run it. Now we have name, we have class, we have age. As you can see, the way we have arranged it, name, class, age, that is the heading of the table. Heading, class and age. Now for you better understand, let me add something else to it so I can get what I'm doing here. Now let me try to add something else to it. Before name, let me add serial number. So all I will need to do is table head serial number, that is SN serial number, right? So that is it. Let me save this again and see, so that I can get better understanding of what I'm talking about here. So reload this. You can see serial number, name, class, and age. But table is supposed to be separated by lines, like a line here, a line here, and a line here, isn't it? So let's do that and see how it is done in HTML. Now to put lines here, what you need to do is to come to the table and add a border to it. So it will be table border equal to quote, then whatever number you want. If you put 1, the line will be light. If you put 2, it will be a little thick. If you put 9, it will be very thick. If you put 10, it will be very, very thick. So let's put 1 and see what 1 does to the line of the table. We saved it. Now let's reload. Now you can see it gave us a very thin line around it. Serial number, name, class, and age. These are the table headings. The TH table heading. This is heading for serial number, class, name, class, and age. So now let's see table data. Table data is what you want to be under each of these headings, right? If this is the heading, then it must have table data, which we call TD. So let's come to the code. So now after this TR, after you've opened you've opened TR, close TH, open TR, open TH, close TH, open TH, close TH, open TH, close TH, open TH, and close TH. Then you close this TR here. You have to open another TR. You open another TR for the table data. You open and close another TR for the table data. So you can see I've opened TR and I've closed TR. Then here I put the table data, which I call TD, right? TD. So let's say, what do I want to be under the serial number for TD, for the first table data, TD? So which is, let's say, number 1, right? I come down again under the what's it called, under the name. What do I want to be under the name? CD. Under the name, let's say Q, Mr. Q. Okay, that is under the name. Then under the class, let's say I want my class to be, let's say, grade 5, right? Grade 5, that is the class. Then age, let's assume the age is 31. Table data to be 31. So that is the table data. So the table data for serial number is 1. The table data for TH for class, table head class, is Mr. Q. The table data for age is grade 5, is 31, right? So that is how we do it. So let me save this and see. So let's reload and see the data we have under each. You can all see now the serial number 1, name Mr. Q, grade 5, age 31, right? Now the table is showing very small. If you want it to be very big to fill the whole screen, you can do it that way, but we don't have much data here, so there's no point. But in case you want to do it, this is what you need to do. If you want to expand the table, to be very big, all you need to do is to come here. And type you come here and type width, width, right? Then equals to, and you put the width, let's say 100%. I taught us in image, when we are doing image, that when you use 100% as your width for HTML, it covers the full screen, right? It takes the full size of the screen. So let's put 100% if you want the table to be big, to be very big, to cover the whole screen. So you save it and then you can reload. Now you can see serial number 1, name Mr. Q, class grade 5, age 31. So that is how HTML table is arranged. Now you can see this line is not as thick as some tables that you've seen before. So let me show you why it's not that thick. If you want it to be very thick, all you need to do is to come here and change this to any number of your choice. Let's assume I change it to 5. Let's see how thick 5 will be. Save, and you come here and you reload. You can see the line is now very thick, right? It's very thick now. So that is how HTML table works. So let's try something else under HTML table, so that we can have a very good understanding of HTML table. Now let's assume after this tr, I still have other data I want to do. All you need to do is just continue like that. So after this close in of tr, you come down, open another tr, right? Open another tr, close tr. Then inside it you can have as many table data that you want. You can have another td. Let's say the next person is the number 2 for td. The next td is that's under name, right? Let's say Mr. Samuel, right? So after that we have what? After that we have the grade, right? Let's say grade 4. Now after that, what do we have? We have the age, right? We have the age, that is td for age. So we input the age of the person, let's say 21, right? So that is the end for another set of data under the old heading. So you come here, you save it, and you reload. You can see number 1, number 2, Mr. Samuel, grade 4, 21. So that is how HTML table works. So let me see if I can show you something else around. Now if you don't want the table to have border at all, you don't want it to have any line around it, you can set the border to 0. So let's see it. Save and reload. Right, you can see because the border is on 0, there is no line dividing it, right? So that is how table works, right? So you can go back and add the line if you want. So just put whatever figure you want, probably 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 or 9 or 20, whatever amount of line you want to put. So check it again and reload. That is how HTML table works. So thank you very much for listening on HTML tables. So I told us that to start HTML table, the first thing you need to do is to write table, then border to specify the kind of line that you want to be around the table. If you actually want it to have lines to divide the table into different sections, and if you don't want, you can set it to 0. Then width, the width you can set it as 100% so that it can cover the whole screen, so that it can be as wide as the whole screen. Now after the table, the next thing to open is to open tr, right? The tr element represents a row of cells in a table. So the tr is what will usher you into a particular set of data. So this tr opens the table head for us here, the table heading, which is th, right? You can see the th element represents a header cell in a table. So the th is usually the heading, th table head, th table heading. So under table heading we have serial number here, and we close th. We have another th name, we close th. Under th class, we close th. Under th age, close th. Then at the end of it all, we close this tr here. Now because our table must actually have data, we can't have ordinary head without data. So what do we have under the serial number? We can have 1, we can have 2. Under the name we can have Samuel, we can have Moses, we can have Daniel. And under the class we can have grade 1, grade 2, grade 2, whatever. And under the table head we can have 20, we can have 30, you can have 1, you can have whatever number of age. So definitely we have to put table data. So that's why we open another tr to usher us into table data. So when we open tr, we use table data 2 as the next one after the first table data we've had. We have another table data, Mr. Samuel, table data grade 4, and like that. So that is how HTML table works. And at the end of it all, you close your tr and you close the table. So that terminates the table that you've created, and the result is as so. So thank you very much for listening. I'll see you on another day with another video.